Okay, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a crochet Santa hat. The one I'm working on is a child size, but you can find a size chart for hats by clicking the link in the description below if you wanted to work on one for a larger or smaller size. So for this one, I'm using a 5mm crochet hook and Red Heart Super Saver yarn. So you're going to start by making your loop. You're just going to wrap the yarn around your finger and cross it over. Lift up the piece that's underneath here and just push a little part of that top bit through and pull. Put your hook in and you're going to chain 5. So just yarn over your hook and pull through the chain. So you're going to do that 5 times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to attach this last chain to the first chain with a slip stitch. So you're going to just push your hook right into that first chain that you made, yarn over and pull through both of the loops on your hook. Okay, and we've just closed it to make a ring. So now you're going to chain 1. And we're going to half double crochet in every chain twice, all the way around. So yarn over your hook, push it into that first chain there, yarn over, pull up a loop. So now you have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And we're doing that twice in every chain. So when you finish this round, you're going to have 10 stitches. Okay, so go ahead and work 2 half double crochets in every single chain all the way around and then come back. Okay, so now that you've finished doing that all the way around, you have 10 stitches. You're going to close this round by doing a slip stitch in that chain 1 space that you started this round with, okay? So you're just going to push your hook into that chain 1 space, close with a slip stitch, and chain 1. So for this next round, you're going to do 2 half double crochets in that first stitch, and you're going to do 1 half double crochet in the next. And you're just going to follow, and then 2 in the next, you're going to follow this pattern, alternating 2 and then 1, 2 and then 1. So by the end of this round, you should finish with a total of 15 stitches, and you're going to close with a slip stitch and chain 1 and then come back. Okay, so now that you've finished that round, and you will have closed with a slip stitch and chain 1, you're going to do your next one by doing 2 half double crochets in that first stitch, and then you're going to do 1 half double crochet in the following 2 stitches. And then you're going to do 2 in the next, 1, 1, 2 in the next, 1, 1, and you're going to continue that all the way around. Close with a slip stitch, chain 1, and then come back. And by the end of this round, you should have 20 stitches. Okay, so now to start our next round, you'll have closed with a slip stitch and chain 1. Now we're going to do 2 half double crochets in that first stitch. Okay. And then 1 half double crochet in the following 3 stitches. Okay, and you're just going to continue that around. So you're going to do 2 half double crochets in the next, 1 in the following 3, 2 in the next, 1 in the following 3. Go all the way around, close with a slip stitch, chain 1, and then come back. So now that you've finished that and you've closed with a slip stitch and chain 1, you're going to, and by this one you should have a total of, I think it should be 25 or 30 right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 25. So every round, because we're increasing in the way that we're increasing, your stitches should be increasing by 5 per round right now. That'll be how you know if you're staying on track, okay? So now for this next one, we're going to be doing 2 half double crochets in our first stitch. And 1 half double crochet in the following 4 stitches. And just like the other rounds, we're going to go ahead and continue this alternating pattern all the way around. Okay, so you're going to do 2 in that one, and then 1 in the following 4, 2, 1 in the following 4, all the way around, close with a slip stitch, chain 1, and then come back. So for this next round, you're going to do your 2 half double crochet in that first stitch, and then you're going to do 1 half double crochet in the following 5. Okay, so go ahead and you're going to do 1 half double crochet in the next 5 stitches, 2, 1 in the next 5. We're almost done our increase round, so go ahead and finish this one, close with a slip stitch, chain 1, and then come back. So you're just going to do 1 more round of increase. You're going to do your 2 half double crochet in the first stitch, 1 in the following 6, 2 in the next, 1 in the following 6, close with a slip stitch, chain 1, and then come back to move on to the next step. So now we're going to work on just a little bit of length here. So you're going to fold, you should fold the little tail end. You don't have to do that. You could use any other kind of stitch marker. I just like to do that to keep track of where I finished doing my increases to where I started building up the length. So I just like to fold that over. Okay, so I just like to use this because it's just more simple. I just fold it over there and I just work over it for this one round. So you're going to do 1 half double crochet in that first stitch there. And it's just, see how it's just kind of hanging out there? It'll make it easier to count where you left off. You could use whatever stitch marker you like, but I like to do 1 half double crochet in every single stitch all the way around. You're going to finish every round with a slip stitch in the chain 1 space, and you're going to begin every new round with a chain 1. You're going to do this, doing 1 half double crochet in every single stitch all the way around for a total of 10 rounds, and then come back. Okay, so now that you've finished doing those 10 rounds, we're going to increase a little bit more here now. So this is going to be like at the start what we were doing. So you're going to do 2 half double crochets in the first stitch, one half double crochet in the following 7 stitches. And you're just going to go ahead and repeat this all the way around. Continue on, so finish doing it in 7, and then 2 in the following, 1 in the next 7, 2 in the following. Do that all the way around, close with a slip stitch, chain 1, and then come back. Okay, so now we're going to do another increase round. We're going to do 2 half double crochet in the first stitch, 1 half double crochet in the following 8 stitches. Close with a slip stitch, chain 1, and then come back. Now for this next round, you're still doing increases. So you'll be doing 2 half double crochet in the first stitch, 1 half double crochet in the following 9 stitches. And go ahead and continue that all the way around. Close with a slip stitch, chain 1, and then come back. Okay, so this is going to be the last increase round. You're going to do your 2 half double crochet in the first stitch, 1 half double crochet in the following 10 stitches, repeating that all the way around, close with a slip stitch, chain 1, and then come back, and we will move on to the next step. Okay, so now is where you're going to want to use some kind of stitch marker again. Did I do my chain 1? I don't think I did. No. Sorry, I just am going to finish off that round there that I just did to do my slip stitch and chain 1. Okay, so going into this next round, what you're going to want to do is use a stitch marker. I'm just using a different color piece of yarn here. and just go ahead and do your first half double crochet right over that to hold it in place. Okay, so you're going to be doing 1 half double crochet in every single stitch all the way around. Close every round with a slip stitch, start every round with a chain 1, and you're going to be doing this for a total of 13 rounds. So go ahead, pause the video, do your 13 rounds of half double crochet in every single stitch all the way around, and then come back. All right, so now that you've finished all those rounds, you're just going to, after that last slip stitch, you're going to pull up some yarn, fasten it off. Okay. And now you're going to get your white yarn. Now, normally I would use the exact same yarn that I've been using, just in a different color if I'm switching colors. But I'm going to be using this Karen Simply Soft yarn. The reason is because I really like the shine to it. I just like the way that it looked, to be honest. So it's a different weight. It's a completely different yarn. But as you saw in the picture that brought you to this tutorial, it looks really nice when it's all finished. And so this is the yarn that I'm going to be using for the white accents on this hat. You can use whatever yarn you want. And we're just going to go ahead and move on to the next step. Okay, so you're going to take your white yarn, you're going to create a loop like you did at the beginning of the red. You're going to take your hook and just find that area where the seam is, and you're just going to reattach into that first stitch there, or the chain 1, whatever you like. I like to attach in the stitch. Okay, and you're just going to pull that through and chain 1. Okay, and then going into that same stitch, because we're just starting out here, you're going to do a half double crochet, and you're going to do a half double crochet, 1 half double crochet in every stitch all the way around. And you're going to close with a slip stitch in the chain 1 space. You're going to chain 1 and do 1 half double crochet in every stitch around again. And you're going to repeat this step for a total of 5 rounds and then come back. Okay, so now that you have finished doing that the white trim around the hat, you can do even more rows if you want it to be thicker. That's totally up to you. I'm just following along with the pattern that I had done for my hat. So now when you finish with that last slip stitch, you're just going to pull a little extra yarn out here, fasten it off, and finish pulling that through. For these tail ends, you're going to use a yarn needle, and just with a sewing technique, just sort of weave your tail ends in and out of the stitches on the inside of the hat to secure and hide them. Then for the pom-pom, you can either go and purchase these ones and just attach them, sew that right on. And there is a link in the description below to the ones that I purchased like this. Or you can make a yarn pom-pom, and I can show you how to do that right now. The amount of times that you're going to wrap this will determine the thickness of the pom-pom, okay? So I'll show you this one for right now. So just kind of hold it in place like this, wrap it around your hand just a whole bunch of times. Actually, okay. Sorry, I just went a little nuts there. Let me count it for you so I can tell you how many times I'm wrapping it. So I'm gonna hold it in place. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. We'll give you a pretty decent size pom-pom. So very carefully, you're gonna pull your hand out of there very carefully because you don't wanna undo that, okay? And then you're just gonna fasten it off. And then just stretch out a little bit of yarn there and lay it over top very carefully. Cut that so you've got a little bit of length on both sides. And then you're going to tie it right in the middle, very tight. Okay, flip it over. And fold it back over again and tie it again really tight. This part is the tricky part because you don't want it to come loose, or else all your strands will come loose when you cut them. And I just double knot it like this. Okay, then you're going to take your scissors and just sort of go right in the middle of all your little loops there, and then cut them to open them up. Just make sure you got them all. I missed one. Then you go over on the other side and do the same thing on the other side. And be careful you don't lose the strings that you tied with, because you're going to need them again. This guy is a little too long. Okay, you just sort of fuzz it up a little there. And you've got this really cute pom-pom. And if there's some loose ones, you could trim. So that is the size of a pom-pom that I wrapped the yarn around my hand 50 times. If you want it fuller, just wrap it more times. If you don't want it as full, wrap it less. And then all you're gonna do is just using your tail ends and a yarn needle, I would just go right in and out, find where that little tip is there, go right in and out, sew it and attach it, or even just pull the pieces through and tie it underneath inside the hat there. And that's your pom-pom. You've made yourself a Santa hat with your own pom-pom, or like I said, you could do like this one that I did and order these. There is a link in the description below. Okay, and that's your Santa hat.